our everyday clothes into something extraordinary and unique. I am learning something new here every day at SFD.
I don't think I would have learned so many things by undergoing an online course or a distance learning program in my subjects.
Now, I'm confident to say that I can open a brand of my own.
Your career is a ladder that leads you all the way to the top. Practically, all your dreams and aspirations of getting into management or even becoming a successful entrepreneur are hinged on your career success. Today, universities and colleges are churning out yearly more and more graduates just like you, all of whom are going to compete in the same industries for the same jobs. This means more graduates stepping over each other for fewer jobs. The good news? The right education can make you more employable in a job market that is increasingly competitive. You can stand out amongst your peers with a Blue Crest education, an education that understands the needs and challenges of the job market and prepares you ahead through progressive and inclusive learning. Our students are given the creative freedom that encourages personal development and are offered on-field opportunities for professional growth. Acquiring a Blue Crest education means being guided to identify and pursue your interest in fashion, ICT, business and journalism, and using the skills acquired in the course of learning to prepare yourself for life. Don't be indifferent to your education. Your career depends on it. Enroll at Blue Crest College today. Visit www.bluecrest.edu.gh.
In December 2019, there was a cluster of pneumonia cases in China. Investigations found that it was caused by a previously unknown virus, now named the 2019 novel coronavirus. In this video, we'll take a quick look at what's currently known about the virus. Keep in mind that this is a new virus, and what's known about the virus now might change in the future. Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses. They consist of a core of genetic material surrounded by an envelope with protein spikes. This gives it the appearance of a crown. Crown in Latin is called corona, and that's how these viruses get their name. There are different types of coronaviruses that cause respiratory and sometimes gastrointestinal symptoms. Respiratory disease can range from the common cold to pneumonia, and in most people, the symptoms tend to be mild. However, there are some types of coronaviruses that can cause severe disease. These include the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, first identified in China in 2003, and the Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus that was first identified in Saudi Arabia in 2012. The 2019 novel coronavirus was first identified in China. It initially occurred in a group of people with pneumonia who'd been associated with a seafood and live animal market in the city of Wuhan. The disease has since spread from those who were sick to others, including family members and healthcare staff. There are many cases at present, and the disease has spread within China and also to a number of other countries. So, where did the virus come from? It's known that coronaviruses circulate in a range of animals. Sometimes these viruses can make the jump from animals to humans. This is called a spillover, and could be due to a range of factors such as mutations in the virus or increased contact between humans and animals. For example, MERS-CoV is known to be transmitted from camels and SARS-CoV from civet cats. The animal reservoir of the 2019 novel coronavirus is not known yet. How is it transmitted? The exact dynamics of how the virus is transmitted is yet to be determined. In general, respiratory viruses are usually transmitted through droplets created when an infected person coughs or sneezes, or through something that has been contaminated with the virus. People most at risk of infection from the novel coronavirus are those in close contact with animals, such as live animal market workers, and those who are caring for people infected with the virus, such as family members or healthcare workers. So, how does the disease present? Well, from what is known so far, there can be a number of symptoms ranging from mild to severe. There can be fever and respiratory symptoms such as cough and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, there's been pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. The mortality rate is not known yet. How can we tell whether someone is infected? The infection can be diagnosed by a test called PCR, or polymerase chain reaction. This test identifies the virus based on its genetic fingerprint. There's currently no specific medication for the virus, and treatment is supportive care. There's currently no vaccine to protect against the virus. Treatment and vaccines are in development. How do we prevent transmission of the virus? This new virus currently has a limited geographic spread. However, there are a number of standard hygiene practices that have been recommended to protect against infection and further spread. These include covering your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing with a medical mask, tissue, or flexed elbow, avoiding close contact with those who are unwell, the appropriate use of masks and personal protective equipment, especially in a healthcare setting, washing hands regularly with soap and water, or alcohol-based hand rub. Actions that can be taken to prevent infection from an animal source include avoiding unnecessary unprotected contact with animals, washing hands after contact with animals or animal products, and ensuring that animal products are cooked thoroughly before they're consumed. It's important to stay home if you're feeling unwell, but if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early and share your previous travel history with your healthcare provider. That's a quick look at this emerging infectious disease. Given that this outbreak is evolving rapidly, what's known about this virus can change. Please check the websites below for the most up-to-date information.
Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that cause sicknesses like the common cold, as well as more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. A novel coronavirus is a new strain, one that has not previously been recognized in humans. Coronaviruses cause diseases in mammals and birds. A zoonotic virus is one that is transmitted between animals and people. When a virus circulating in animal populations infects people, this is termed a spillover event. It is speculated that the 2019 novel coronavirus, or COVID-19, originated in bats and was transmitted to humans, possibly with pangolins as an intermediate host. Unfortunately, COVID-19 is now spreading from human to human as well. COVID-19 has surpassed the SARS death toll in a matter of weeks. Even though the death rate is much lower, it spreads faster. Early data suggests that in around 82% of cases, symptoms are relatively mild. The illness begins and ends in the lungs. However, the remainder of cases are severe or critical, typically in older or immunocompromised individuals. How does COVID-19 affect the body? The virus is fitted with protein spikes sticking out of the envelope that forms the surface and houses a core of genetic material. Any virus that enters your body looks for cells with compatible receptors, ones that allow it to invade the cell. Once they find the right cell, they enter and use the cell's replication machinery to create copies of themselves. It is likely that COVID-19 uses the same receptor as SARS, found in both lungs and small intestines. It is thought that COVID-19 shares many similarities with SARS, which has 3 phases of attack: viral replication, hyperreactivity of the immune system, and finally pulmonary destruction. Early on in infection, the coronavirus invades 2 types of cells in the lungs: mucus and cilia cells. Mucus keeps your lungs from drying out and protects them from pathogens. Cilia beat the mucus towards the exterior of your body, clearing debris, including viruses, out of your lungs. Cilia cells are the preferred hosts of SARS-CoV and are likely the preferred hosts of the new coronavirus. When these cells die, they slough off into your airways, filling them with debris and fluid. Symptoms include a fever, cough, and breathing difficulties. Many of those infected get pneumonia in both their lungs. Enter the immune system. Immune cells recognize the virus and flood into the lungs. The lung tissue becomes inflamed. During normal immune function, the inflammatory process is highly regulated and is confined to infected areas. However, sometimes the immune system overreacts, and this results in damage to healthy tissue. More cells die and slough off into the lungs, further clogging them and worsening the pneumonia. As damage to the lungs increases, stage 3 begins, potentially resulting in respiratory failure. Patients that reach this stage of infection can incur permanent lung damage or even die. We see the same lesions in the lungs of those infected by the novel coronavirus as those with SARS. SARS creates holes in the lungs, so they look honeycomb-like. This is probably due to the aforementioned overreactive immune response, which affects both healthy and infected tissue, and creates scars that stiffen the lungs. As such, some patients may require ventilators to aid breathing. The inflammation also results in more permeable alveoli. Alveoli are the location of the thin interface of gas exchange, where your lungs replace carbon dioxide in your blood with fresh oxygen you just inhaled. Increased permeability causes fluid to leak into the lungs. This decreases the lungs' ability to oxygenate blood, and in severe cases, floods them so that you become unable to breathe. Sometimes, this can be fatal. The immune system's overreaction can also cause another kind of damage. Proteins called cytokines are the immune system's alarm system, recruiting immune cells to the infection site. Overproduction of cytokines can result in a cytokine storm, where there is large-scale inflammation in the body. Blood vessels become more permeable and fluid seeps out. This makes it difficult for blood and oxygen to reach the rest of the body, and can
Good afternoon to you viewers out there. This is Youth Empowerment Television Show, your most authoritative youth analysis educative program you can find across the African continent. And today we bring you also just a quick update on the coronavirus update. We don't have too much time, so I'll just do just about 5 African countries, 5 worldwide. I mean, generally looking at how COVID-19 is doing, like we've been doing over the weekend. It's important that we give you such education. You are reminded that you can send your WhatsApp messages, text messages across on our numbers. 0548 503799, 0548 503799. Both WhatsApp and text message, we are going to read it for you. Now, I'm giving you the top 10 African rankings so far as COVID-19 is concerned and how cases have traveled so far. Now, Algeria still has, no, they have an increment. Algeria now has recorded 1,572 COVID-19 cases. So I just pick I don't want to say top countries, but countries that people are just monitoring the COVID-19. Nigeria has 276 COVID-19 cases, and so that is how Nigeria is doing. Ghana, as of this morning, has 313 COVID-19 cases. Now, South Africa, who is leading with the COVID-19 infection, now South Africa is nearing 2,000, and let's pray for them. South Africa has 1,845. Now, quickly, let's look at the worldwide ranking. 3 days ago, it was 800,000 and over. Then, less than 24 hours, it shot to 1.3 million. Again, another 24 hours, it got to 1.4 million. Let's look at what the COVID-19 situation is like currently this morning across the globe. So if you look at the world chart so far as coronavirus is concerned, just for your education, okay, so just for your education, we have currently, yesterday I told you it was 1.4 million. This morning, it is 1.5 million. So I'm saying that let's just pray. If coronavirus gets to 7 million, it means that 10% of the world's population now has COVID-19. And we need to be taking this very, very, very serious. And so COVID-19 worldwide is 1.51,512,509 2018. And guess the number of people that have lost their lives. Now we have 87,921 people have lost their lives having the coronavirus infection. Now America is leading the COVID-19 infection rate. America now has 430,000 infections. America started like Ghana. I mean 2,400, 200. It says it's a Chinese virus. Now it's good we are taking precautionary measures. Nigeria is taking precautionary measures. We are all doing well, but let's pray it doesn't get that worse. Nigeria, wow, 14,736 deaths recorded in America. Don't forget that Spain is second. Now Spain is second. We can't even find Chinese in the top 5, or China cannot be found in the top 5. Now it raised a lot of suspicions, but Spain now has 148,220, and China, so Spain has more deaths than America, just about 40 more. So Spain has 14,792 deaths. Italy is third with 139,422 with 17,000 death rate. Germany has 113 infection rates. China is 6th on the ladder. So that's just a quick education on the infection rate of COVID-19. My guest is already seated. You guys missed him. You wanted to see him. You've been worrying us. Mr. Ogu is already in the studio here. And today, he brings us warm greetings. I'll introduce him properly. But today's topic I have to introduce to you. We are discussing, in this lockdown period, I'm giving you a view of it. In this lockdown period, unfortunately or fortunately, maybe it's to some married men, unfortunately to some married men or to some relationship and not. If you are locked down with your wife, you can't go out. You don't get to spend time with your wife and kids. And lockdown now makes you see your kids and wife every single day. You have interface. Unfortunately for you too, the girl you wanted to disperse in a week time met COVID-19 lockdown, and you are in the room with her, and you have to build a relationship and safeguard it. Now, Mr. Ogo here is going to help us, whether you are locked down or not locked down, even when you have distance between the relationship. How do you use this lockdown to build a very good relationship? Because don't forget, the police said something very interesting. Ghana police issued a report. I wanted to read it, but I'll give it before the show goes. It says that armed robbery recorded in this lockdown, 0. Thief, stealing, 0. Road traffic offenses, 0. Wives beating husbands, or husbands beating wives, domestic violence. That's over 14,000 cases within this short lockdown period. It means that there's a problem within the lockdown. We are not coexisting. And so my big man is here to help us understand how we can coexist. Chief, you're welcome.
Oh, brother. Good to see you again.
Okay. So, generally, how do you see this lockdown before we move to the subject?
Well, I think first, a very good afternoon to your cherished viewers. It's a step in the right direction. It is important that we do that, especially because we're not very clear on this COVID-19 issue yet. It's not very clear, where it is coming from, why it is happening, what caused it, and all that. So it's a good thing that the lockdown is happening. My concern has been with African countries and their approach. You see, some of the times we talk about policies, directives, and implementation, but we don't look at it holistically to understand that that it has implications, and we don't prepare for those implications. With the hunger, the anxiety, the challenges that come along with it, the arrangements that are made, but. I have to applaud, the Ghanaian citizens and the Ghana government as well with the consistent update that the president is giving to us, and some of the measures that are being put in place now to see how the challenges can be ameliorated. I think that everything is happening so fast, but I think this season will pass as well.
Okay. Do you think lockdown is a blessing or is a good thing that relationships or homes needed?
Well, I belong to the school of thought that there's a good side to every bad story.
Okay. Every bad story has a good side.
There's a good side to every bad story. The thing is what we want to see and how we look at it. The problem as well is that, you see, the human body and the human mind usually have conflict You know, the first conflict we actually experience is, you know, with the body and the mind. The body is created to adjust to situations, but before the body begins to adjust, the mind has got to adjust as well. You know, and we're not very good with change, and that is why the concept of withdrawal syndrome actually happens. The fact that you're in a particular place and this is not what you want and all of that, you need to first program your mind to be able to accept it. And it's just been a week plus, you know, and so it's still, a lot of people are still finding it very, very difficult. It's not an easy process.
Okay, so first of all, is this the right time for somebody to quarantine his girlfriend or boyfriend? Is it the I mean, people are seeing this as a way of honeymooning a fresh relationship or an old relationship. Do we need such situations to prove love?
No, we don't. No, we don't. But it's also an indication that there's something wrong with our lifestyle, our private lives, and our relationships, which a lot of people are not paying attention to. You know, you listen to a lot of men, a lot of women, especially, you know, the ones that work so hard and all of that, quote and unquote. You know, we say we're doing it for our families. We're doing it to make sure that the rent is paid. We're doing it to make sure that the kids, you know, have good education, that there's always food on the table. But when the chips are down, you discover that the people that you're doing it for are actually disconnected from you.
How?
You know, we don't, I mean, so you imagine parents that wake up at 4:30 and leave the house at 5 while the kids are still sleeping. By the time they get home, the kids are already sleeping. So the kids actually depend on the house help or grandma, or, you know, I know kids that call their mom's auntie and call their grandma's mama. Okay, and a lot of people think that this thing is so normal, but it shows that the family unit is dysfunctioned, and it's a very, very severe problem. Okay, so to a very large extent, we are finding ourselves in the lockdown, and everything is reversing, and the people that we are working for are sitting right there in front of us, and we don't even know how to connect with them. We don't know how to relate. We're struggling, you know, with being part of the family. Okay.
Your own family?
Yes. A lot of people are struggling with being part of their own family in this lockdown, because they've never been part of the family. They've always been out there working, you know, bringing money home. So they are just happy and satisfied with the fact that they bring money home. Do you know that there are a lot of kids that see their teachers in school much more than they see their parents?
How's this possible?
It is possible because the kids you know, one very interesting thing, and you can find out that most of the times the reason school time is being extended right now, especially in private schools, is because the parents hardly ever come on time to pick the kids. So the schools don't only teach, they also do babysitting for you. And that is why this season is a bit of a difficulty. Everybody might be in the house, but there's been a restructuring. There are certain things the children are doing. You can't take it, you don't understand it, you can't relate and all of that. We've also been told to work from home, and so you're sitting on your laptop and you just cannot understand why your 4-year-old will come and pull the plug.
So are you saying relationships where, so in this case, I mean, just for the general understanding. Now, we are currently talking about married couples or people who have relationships.
Yeah, people that are in the same space right now.
They are staying together.
Yes.
But because of work, the children, or they don't have more of each other. How about people who are separated by distance? Say maybe you are here and your wife is in Germany, in Holland, in UK, in US. That's lockdown. So it means that you don't even have the benefits of lockdown to save the relationship. It means that distance relationship are a no for you.
No, long distance relationships, or distant relationships as you put it, you know, still has the issues that they have. So if you're in Ghana and your spouse is in Germany, there's lockdown. So your spouse is at home and you're at home as well. Okay. It might even be a bit easier if you guys have been accountable to each other all this while.
How?
Okay, so
communication?
Yes, you're constantly communicating. You know, the person knows your itinerary, knows what's happening to you, knows the people around you and all of that. So what actually happens is that irrespective of the time zones, you guys can actually agree on when you can talk, how long you can talk, you know, what you want to, you know, do with each other, how you want to catch up and all of that. It might even be easier because you guys have been in that habit Okay, it's a tradition that you've already built. So you're not in each other's space. You're just, so you just continue doing your video conferencing and all the chats and all that. But the people that are now in the same space need to learn how to live together in the same space.
That's where there's a bit of challenge.
That's where the challenge is. So to a very large extent, all your life, or since you got married, or since you guys started living together and the kids started coming, you spend 5 hours of the day in the house. And part of those 5 hours, you sleep. And then you can get up, take a shower and all of that, and then maybe you
just
can
to go to work.
Just
come
go to
back,
work
rest,
and come
you're tired.
Yes, but now
this can be real.
Yes, now you have 24 hours. Question is, how do you manage that time? How do you deal with it?
That's serious.
And that's where the struggle is.
You have to feed the kids, or do you have to cook rice whilst your wife does? You're not used to that. How do you?
So the first thing that is happening right now.
How do you make that relationship work?
Yeah. So the first challenge, this first week plus, is the something I call the tradition shock.
Okay.
The tradition shock. Why do I call it that? So you walk in, there's a tradition that is already going on in your home, which suddenly is going to be bashed. Okay. You're going to have that rude awakening that things are not the way you thought they were. Okay, so you're actually in the house now. Number one, for men that always look at their wives and say, what do you even do? All you do is cook. You don't bring. There are situations like that. You don't bring the money. So what do you do and all of that? Now they're in the house and they see how the kids run around. How she has to manage 4 kids, make lunch, do laundry, sweep the house, and all of that. It's a full-time job. Yeah. Okay, so they will come to a point where they actually appreciate what the woman does.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
I'm getting understanding.
And then the women that also say to their husbands, what at all, you're always going out and all of that. Okay, but every time the man goes out, he brings money home, and now he's in the house. Okay, so income has dropped from 100 cities to 20 cities. Now you appreciate what he's doing. Okay, so the first thing is appreciation. The second thing is that the reality of what happens in the family unit would hit you. Okay, how is money spent? How are the kids managed? How is the homework done? How does Junior always come out tops in the class? Somebody has been managing all these things. How does the house stay neat all day? How is laundry done?
You get to have a practical feel of
the reality. The reality hits you. Okay, so what you begin to do at that point is not just to make adjustments that would help you through the lockdown, but to also make the decision to review some family traditions. Okay. Now, we cannot deny that once the lockdown is over, we just might revert to status quo. Not because we want to, but that is the reality of our lives.
Oh, so it doesn't mean the lockdown, building of homes, or getting us to know the reality of relationships. It doesn't mean it will continue.
So look at the reality. Somebody lives in Kaswa, and if he leaves the house at 6, he's going to hit traffic. So he makes sure he leaves at 5 o'clock. Okay, and then gets home at 11 p.m. or so. That's the reality of his work. And the only thing that's going to change the status quo is if he resigns and finds another job to do.
Wow. Now,
this is the situation.
I have an interesting message for you, and this guy says that, hello, I think you did the right thing by bringing my man to me. I need him to talk more on relationship than marriage, since your show is youth empowerment and many some married, majority are not married. My view, and I want him to comment on it, is that this lockdown is really solving a lot of relationship issues. My uncle went for his 2 abandoned kids and wife to lock down together. It is very strategic. You want to say strategic? Strategic. Maybe wants to say it's tragic, and it was also magic. Tragic and magic. The love is deep now. So can he talk about that? And also in relationship, how can I'll ask the question from there. So his uncle had abandoned his wife and 2 kids because of lockdown. It
depends on what he means by abandoned, though.
Maybe
he hasn't been around.
So maybe divorce them partially or something. So this lockdown, maybe the man lives alone. He realized I need company, brings the 2 children, brought the wife together. Is it not positive news?
It's positive news, but the point I'm making, is that you use it to build a tradition. you have that opportunity. Okay, it's going to help to heal so many situations, because I mean, if you ask me, a lot of people are going to have the opportunity to talk and trash out issues that they have not, been able to deal with all this while. All this while, when also we've been very busy to even sit down and listen to what the other person wants to say, because you're always looking at your wristwatch. You need to hit the road, you need to go to work, you have timelines, you need to deliver and all of that. So you've always experienced that time choke, but right now you're a bit more relaxed. You don't have to go anywhere. You're sitting down, so you listen to the person vent, you listen to the person complain, you listen to the person, say all the things that they want to say, and then you can think about it and respond appropriately as well. It's a good thing. It's going to help to heal relationships. It's going to help to, to build. And then with the kids as well, the opportunity to spend time with their parents, it's a beautiful thing. The opportunity, okay? So we make the most of it. But the mistake would be to think that will be the status quo. That would be very dangerous. You see,
so you do not have to think to expect that often.
No, because that is not your reality. That's not your reality. Okay, if it's not your reality, don't expect it. So prepare for the things that are going to happen afterwards. And so what couples need to do right now is, when they have solved the issues in front of them, they need to be able to agree on how to deal with things in the future. How do we manage? So maybe we should talk a little more. I have to leave the house at 5 a.m. But once I get to the office, maybe by that time you're still getting the kids ready. Let's do a video call. Let's have a chat. Let's talk.
Wow, I think that's nice.
So I'll keep you posted on what is going on. When I get to the office, I'll give you a call and say,
or maybe when the kids close from school and I'm free, we can do a video call together with the kids.
Conversation and all of that. Nobody is actually that busy. Nice. You can actually make 10 to 15 minutes in your office to have chat with your kids.
I think this thing is very serious. It's true, because even if you are busy as hell, you have time to eat.
You have time to eat.
You go and pee.
Yes.
I mean, there's
sometimes some office gossip. You still have the time for it. So you need to make
I want us to now
adjustments
shift to where people are more interested in. So let's say a girl is locked down watching us right now. You can send your WhatsApp messages coming on 0548 503799 0548 5037. This is Youth Empowerment Television Show, Monday to Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, we gave you exclusives on COVID-19 education. Today, Thursday, we are giving you education, entertainment, relaxation, advice, counseling. We are giving you all of that today. And this is a youth show, so you can imagine and you can understand this. Now, I'm going to ask this question you want me to ask. Now, a girl is watching us, and the girl is locked down with a boyfriend right now. The boy is also locked down with a girlfriend right now. How can they take advantage of their lockdown situation now to make this lead to marriage, or to make it be a very smooth relationship so they don't make mistakes?
It depends on what they want. Relationships should always be defined, and so I believe what you're talking about right now is that if they are living lovers, and they found themselves in the same space, and the lockdown presupposes that you can't even go so far.
First of all, I think maybe I should start on this basis.
Okay.
So let's say if it's a new relationship, do you think lockdown is the best time for them? Because, Senior, the truth is that many boys, young boys and young girls, if it's time to go and buy food around 6, and you go to almost the food vendors, you see boy, girl, you can see they came out from their lockdown situations. Do you think it's the right time to be locking down?
First, I'd just like to tell every parent, find out where your kids are. That's the first thing I want to say. Every parent, find out where your children are. This is an African society. We must never forget that this is an African society.
This is where Willie will start getting.
Find out where your children are. Okay, and if your children are.
They were locked down and they could not come home, so they are in the hostel.
What is the lockdown and could not come home and you're in the hostel? I don't understand some of those things. School closed like a week or so before the lockdown happened. And so if you didn't,
and we're even given about 3-4 days
to make all the necessary adjustments. But be that as it may, it is also a reality that there are people that are staying together at this time, and they are using this as an opportunity. The very interesting thing about opportunity is that some of the times it can be positive or negative depending on what you have in mind for it. And so there are some people that are trying to escape responsibility from home and accountability from home, and so they'll rather stay with a guy.
So what accountability? Is it washing of doing house chores?
It depends on whatever it is that pushes them away from the house. They don't want to do house chores. They don't want to submit to authority. They don't want to listen, and they don't want people in their space. They want to do whatever it is that they want to do. And so in that situation, the opportunity is giving you a destructive freedom. Okay, so you're going to move into the guy's house, but what really are you doing there? Are you playing wife, or are you just sleeping? What are you doing? That is why I talked about expectations. What do you want out of this situation? Okay, and the fact that you guys are living lovers does not mean you're going to get married. Okay, and you know one very interesting thing, and this is out of research.
Yes.
Most living lovers don't end up getting married.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because
it means only few get married.
Yes, only few end up getting married.
But majority they don't.
Majority.
Why?
They don't get married because there's this concept. Okay, I coined it out of something that happens in Nigeria. It's a phrase. We call it see finish.
See finish.
Yeah, the person don't see you finish. You understand? So what is there to explain?
It means the person has seen you plenty. Every day he sees your face.
No, see finish goes beyond seeing your face. The person knows your body odor. The person knows how you talk. The person knows how you behave when you're free, how you behave when you're angry, and all of that. There's a complete assessment of you. The problem might not even be with sex. Yes, they are actually living lovers that are not having sex.
There are people who are lovers, living together,
lovers, but they are not really having sex. Why? That because they don't wanna, because sex is not the basis of the relationship that they are having.
Is it Ghanaian youth?
Yes, Ghanaian, and I'm speaking out of the experience.
Ghanaian youth,
my work. Yes,
people living together, yes, but they are not having sex.
They are not having sex. They are actually living lovers that are there by virtue of the challenges, rejections from home, problems with family, and all of that. And then you have the man, especially, the man saying, I'm taking responsibility.
Today we want to do something, and my producer would open the phone lines right now. Call us, ask Mr. Ogo all the questions you want to ask him right now. Please open the phone lines for us so we can have them have their man back, one-on-one interaction with their man here in the studio.
Yeah, so in that situation, what you expected and the reason for that opportunity would determine what you're going to get out of it. And so it's usually best that people have defined relationships, and do a lot of talking. As a matter of fact, if you're in Accra, okay, let's say you're living lovers in Teshi, and the family of the girl, is in Dansuman, tell her to go home. Tell her to go home. Because you guys might just be setting yourselves up, and you might come to a point where you discover that the relationship is not going to work.
You are saying that if any boy is watching us, so let's say Kweku Delicious is watching us, and he has a girl locked down around his house around Kaswa, you are saying that if the girl's family is in Accra, or even Accra and its environment, he has to let the girl go home as soon as possible.
Send her home. It's in your best interest that you send her home.
But he won't harm the girl.
It's not about harming the girl. As long as that girl is in your space, you take full responsibility for whatever happens to her.
Buying food for her?
If she falls sick, you take full responsibility.
Hey.
Anything happens to her, she takes full responsibility. You take full responsibility. You will be the first person to give account for whatever happens to her.
People haven't really thought about this.
Yes, and I don't want to say what if she dies, but let's not go there, okay? But if that happens, you take responsibility. And you must know as well that there are cultures in Accra or in Ghana.
You marry the dead. You marry the dead.
Good.
Yes.
You have to perform
the rituals.
Exactly.
You spend your night with the corpse.
You've got to do whatever the culture requires you to do.
But senior, you are a lawyer, and you know very well that culture is also admissible in our Ghanaian space.
So those are all issues, And so and some of the times we bring people into our lives and we do not even know their medical history.
That's also another serious.
Yes.
So is it necessary to know medical history
it's
before you quarantine a girl? You are in the hurry to quarantine her. You need to ask her, let me know your blood group. Let me know your blood group. Your father, is he diabetic, hypertensive, cholesterol level? Before you can quarantine, this 3 days, 4 days, you can change your mind. Though.
My brother.
I'm asking for the boys.
Where I come from, there's this proverb I've been sharing on social media. Okay, they know they see Bella the day they carry them.
But today you are really breaking the boys their heart. But if I start reading the message today, you are really destroying things.
The thing is, I can sit here and get so sensational and tell you do this and all.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, can we increase the volume a bit? Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, your name and where you are calling from. Hello? 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 Okay, please call us on the phone lines on the TV screen. Call us and you'll be able to speak to Mr. Ogo right here in the studio.
So you know the thing is,
the boys are thinking you encourage them.
yeah,
they
so
should love them.
but when the lockdown is over, what happens? When you look back after the lockdown, would you say it was worth it? Or would you wish the lockdown never happened? Or would you wish he was not in your space? Or would you wish he was not there? These are the issues, okay? There's always something that happens afterwards. And so how are you managing it? Are you saying that you're being smart enough right now?
So are you saying that with our viewers at home, the boys and girls that are locked down, they should leave and go their separate ways?
If it is possible, let her go home.
She should go home.
Yes. Strongly recommend that she goes home.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, please, when you call us, please turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can speak barefoot. Okay, turn down the volume of your TV set. So please, when you pick their calls in the MCR, please let them lower their volume before we speak. Okay, please. All right, thank you.
Yeah, you know, because if that doesn't happen and she's in your space, are you accountable to her parents? Do they know she's with you? Are you calling them every day to give them updates? Is she doing the updates if you're not doing it? Okay, these things are very, very important. The African society is still the African society. And if there is any slip, if anything goes wrong, imagine what could happen to you. These are all issues. And so some of the times, if it is for the need for companionship, okay, so you guys are hanging out, but you see, even the people that are married, need their space. And in a situation where you need that space,
A married couple sometimes need space.
Some of the times you need space. You need to take stock. You need to, think. Don't think that it's every couple that is, just having a jolly mental, groove right now. There are a lot of things that are packed in that people need to deal with, and sometimes people deal with these things on their own.
Wow.
And it's very, very important to allow people that space.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, if you can check the connection of our phone lines for us today, it's a very interesting topic and lots of messages.
So my intention is not to break anybody's heart, like you put it, but that some of the times it's important that reason takes over, and you think very critically about what you're doing, where you find yourself now, okay, and look at all the situations that can unfold. Then you can make the right decision, okay, and you win the respect of the girl's parents. If you do that, they will look at you differently. They will say you're truly a man. They will separate you from the boy.
You're truly a man,
yes,
by not firing the girl, by making her go home.
Do you need to be leaving lovers to fire? How long does fire take? 5 minutes. How about people fire in the car?
It can be more.
After the real, leave that thing. There's nothing like that. Okay, maybe when you add foreplay, maybe, but it's the same thing.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
All right, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Alajo.
Oh, we like the volume like this. Okay, Alajo, how are the people doing?
Everything is okay here.
Okay, you are live. Lawyer is here.
I want to speak to Mr. Ogojuku Inweke. He was my lecturer.
Oh, okay, Mr. Ogojuku
Okay.
is here.
He was my lecturer, and I didn't agree with him saying to go a separate way.
Oh, so why are you locked down with somebody right now?
I'm locked up with somebody.
And you don't agree that you should. You don't.
Mr. Ogojuku, this is Solomon Agozo. I'm saying I'm.
Oh wow!
Solo. Solo, please let the girl go. Let the girl go.
I'm keeping the one right here. I'm watching his life, and I don't agree with him.
Okay, so but you see, I told you, people are not cool. People are not cool. They don't want to let the girls go.
The girl,
Yeah.
she's not your property.
Uh,
Okay, she's not your property. And so what are the advantages? What are the pros and cons? And if you keep her, okay, what is the gain?
the gain is that
You the fire.
not just the fire, but there's companionship. I mean, for those who enjoy, we that.
But you know that
Yeah.
what's the Harry song? What was
Yeah.
Harry song? After the reggae, you go play blues. So.
Anyway,
So when you fire finish, there'll be return on investment.
oh yeah, the ROI it could be pregnancy.
Yeah. So
Charlie boys don't they think about that. Do we have a call on the line? Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay, yeah.
Afternoon.
Nyami Adumo, but where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Nyamite.
Okay, you are live. Let's hear you. Mr. Ogo is listening
Please,
to you.
I'll see Banatola, please.
You say?
I'll see Banatola.
Okay, I'll translate. Let's go. All right.
Not telling me anything. Sister, my son, I'm not say, parents, no. Go how you said in the fire in school. Many a man who has to make a class.
But okay.
I want to say, not parents to the back of the school. And I come up and be for you to calculate. That is what the movie. Come on, not saying I can't speak to say. The one I knew a step of the new. Only it's one and only.
Madam, Madam, now, only anyone somehow go TV so there nyo, madam. But your producers mo yin ni kakra na be friend back, why? Michelle pa. Michelle. Now, I mean, vernacular mo ne talking about toilet, excuse my French, on live television is not a good thing. Please don't do that. So please call on the national. We are not discussing parents and teachers and the e-learning platform. So please, I'm sorry, we have to take care of. All right. So this is. Let me read some messages so that you can know what people are saying. This one says that it's really true. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Juliet. I'm calling from Oti region.
Okay. Mr. Ogo is listening to you. Let's go.
Okay. What Daddy is saying is very true. Because in my case, I have a guy. I stay with the guy for some time, and when the guy saw that I'm pregnant, and he went quickly and we did some engagement and things. So I'm living with the guy, but okay, let's take it like that. It's good that I get that guy although, but my fellow sisters that are hungry or maybe I stay with some guys right now, I will only advise them they should go home, because what they are going to do, maybe that's not the guy they are probably going to marry, so they should leave those guys and go home.
Okay, okay, hold on.
Tell Daddy that we love the teaching, so he should come next time again.
Oh, he will be coming. Okay, but hold on. It doesn't mean you regret getting pregnant and getting engaged for this guy?
No, I don't regret.
Or you think you rushed?
Yeah, it's like I rushed. Something like that.
Okay.
And you know the really interesting thing is, and I have always said this to people, the fact that you get pregnant for someone is not necessarily, a sign that you two are meant to spend the rest of your lives together.
Hold on. You mean if somebody impregnates somebody,
yeah,
and you have a child with someone, the child does not guarantee that she or he is the person meant to be married?
No.
Or your soulmate?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And you shouldn't even force those people to get married if they're not sure they want to spend the rest of their lives together.
Really?
It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous.
But there's a child, there's a connection.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, your name and where you are calling from?
I'm Cecilia. I'm calling from
Kwabenya. Okay, let's hear you. Mr. Ogo is listening.
Okay. I just wanted to know, right? What measures would you take to maintain your relationship?
Okay, in this lockdown, right?
Yes, in this.
Are you locked down with a man? Hey, some people are locked down. she needs how she can maintain
their relationship in
yeah.
this lockdown. Good. Now, one of the things that the lockdown is revealing as well is how we conducted our relationships before the lockdown.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there are some people that value relationship merely when they are seeing you.
Yeah.
So they have insecurity problems.
Sure.
When they are not with you, they don't know what what you're doing. They cannot speak or account for you, and they don't even, they feel very uncomfortable with the fact that you're not with them.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the process, people manipulate other people, abuse other people, push other people around just to get that commitment that they are looking for. And so this situation is a huge struggle for them. Okay. And that is why it's important that people are accountable in their relationship. Communicate. Okay, you don't have to see every day. You might not even see in a whole month. Okay, but stay connected. Talk as much as you can. Share information. Okay, discover yourselves. Connect with the people that you need to connect with. Learn something new, because if that happens, even in the midst of the lockdown, okay, how long has it been? 10 days or so? Okay, in the midst of the lockdown, you will still be able to stay connected. It will not be a problem. So, but if all you're talking about is physical connection, okay, physical connection is not possible in every situation. It's not, even for married people. Okay, so you need to learn that beyond feeling, love is a knowledge. And it's
beyond feeling, love is a knowledge.
Yes, love is a knowledge. Feelings come and go. And so if your relationship is dwelling on how you feel, it's very likely that the relationship is going to break down, before the lockdown is over.
Okay. Unfortunately, but he's back. I'm not leaving him. I'm not letting him go. Next week we'll be doing about 3 days out of the 4, or minimum 2 days out of the 4, on a series we are about to discuss with him. We'll be running you guys through some series in this lockdown, and he's going to be with you. So those who were complaining you don't reach him on phone or he doesn't pick up, he would give another number, or the same number, so that you can call him. All counseling, all type of counseling, Mr. Ogo is there for you. Let me read the messages, then we leave here, and then he wraps up just in a minute or two, then we just leave here. This one says that more sex after quarantine. Some ladies too are stubborn, so now the guys are having the opportunity to exercise well before the work. It's really true. If something happens, the guy would be jailed. It's better to reject it than be jailed. I really support the man. Let the lady go home. Hi, I'm Evelyn. What Daddy is saying is totally true. Staying with a guy under the same roof is not easy. I've tried it and it's not really easy. Please, my name is Doris. My name is Doris with 3 kids and having nothing to eat. If you can help. Okay, Doris. Good afternoon, Richie. This is the first time I'm watching your program. I'm really enjoying it. If only the youth will listen to this man. I'm Zurera from Dunkwao. Okay. This lockdown is really revealing the secret things my husband does with other ladies. Hey! Hey, she says that this is Gina. Gina says that he is so much addicted to his phone and have no time for me as his wife. My heart is really broken. What should I do? Don't worry. Next week we'll see what we'll do for you. Okay. This one says that the lockdown is so good. My husband now. Hey, the lockdown is so good. Some husbands do have time with their wives and children. I love the show. On point. This one says, good afternoon, Richie. This lockdown is so not good for we the side chicks dating married men. They hardly pick our calls. We don't hear from them. Hey, are you serious? The lockdown is spoiling some other businesses, eh? Okay, just about some few minutes. This one says that, good afternoon. I'm Stephen from Ningo Pram Lewem. I think what the lawyer is saying is purely true. This one says that thanks for such a program. I just tuned in, but it is wow. This one says that please, I'm a married man. I'm a married woman with a kid. My husband likes spending time with his friends more than me. This lockdown has given him the privilege to visit friends more because they are all at home. I need help. you need more than quarantine. Let's see what Lawyer Go will say. This one says that please, my name is Doris from Domi Musuku. I have wife with 3 kids. We have no. It's not easier. This one says that please send me same money for food. Okay, I think our time is up. Bella sends a very interesting message. My own Bella. Bella says that most young people in relationship focuses only on sex. I think those staying together this lockdown should try doing some more fun things together, like cooking together, watching movies, and learning. You, Bella, even before the lockdown, you were going to Takrade. What were you doing in Takrade in that nice? We thought you were taking pictures. This one says, I love your program. We have to leave, but let me wish a very big happy birthday, a big happy birthday to Madam Comfort Techi Amankwa. Madam Comfort Techi Amankwa, we love you so much, Granny. Happy birthday to you. You are 73 years old today, and this is your birthday, and this birthday is coming from your own grandson, Nana Kwesi Ohemen Philip. Tonight is wishing you, and from all of us here, we wish you a very big happy birthday. Abena Broni sends a very interesting message. She says that what would he advise people to do during, what would he advise people locked down together to discuss? So when people are locked down together, what should they be discussing, right? Okay. All right. Wrap everything up for us, and so what should people discuss together when they are locked down together?
Like I said, it depends on what your expectations are. It depends on what life you've been living already. You know, you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. Okay, so it has to be a function of what your aspirations are, what your values are, what you believe in, and all of that. You know, but let it be constructive. Let it be constructive. I was hoping, and hopefully, you know, next week we can touch it. But this is an opportunity.
Can we run the same topic for next week?
I'll be happy to.
Yes, maybe if we can have some points, then we pick it one by one. Like maybe things to identify during this lockdown. That's it. Maybe you give us something we can discuss. Okay. You know? Because if lockdown is exposing some men who are cheating, people want signs to show otherwise. Then what are the signs too that can build the relationship? Maybe we can look at all of that.
CSI Pan African too. but there is something that is really in my heart. I'd like to close with in just in less than a minute, hopefully. Now a lot of parents. You see, parents must understand that they are the first mentors of their children. Not the pastor, not the teacher, not the TV. Okay? You should be concerned that when you're speaking with your child goes, but my teacher says. Okay? You should be concerned when you're speaking to your child, and your child goes, but my pastor says. Okay? It means they are looking beyond you. You are not their mentor. You need to use this opportunity to be a mentor to your children. Okay? They need to see you as a point of reference to make up their minds about what they want to be and how they want to live their lives. It is not exciting for your child to be asked at 5 years old, who do you want to be when you grow up? And he says, I want to be like Kwame Nkrumah, or I want to be like Richie on TV.
Is it not good to be like
No. It means that you are not mentoring your children well. It means they are not watching your life. It means they are not looking at you. It means they are not observing you. Okay? They get to a point where, because of your teachings, you can point them to Kwame Nkrumah. But you need to be their first mentor. You need to be the first symbol of success that they see. The first symbol of authority that they see.
Okay. Wow. It's such a good time with you. Messages we cannot read. Our time is up. We're 5 minutes after 2. Next week, he's going to be here. Next week. I can assure you, Monday, I'll pull him here on Monday. From Monday, Tuesday, I'll try and add Wednesday. We'll run the series on TV. But this is his number. If you can mention it again so we can have it.
0246.
Please, you know he's a consultant. So when you call him, it's not only my problem. Please, do your bits for consultancy fee. Something, let's be very real. You know, I mean, this is his profession too.
0246 27 37 98. Yes. 0246 27 37 98.
This is his number. Make sure you call him. If you don't get him, because of time, I haven't resumed my position as his manager yet. But you can still contact me and you will reach him.
And I'm also on WhatsApp. They can just send me
even on WhatsApp. Contact him on WhatsApp because the cost will be plenty. So thank you so much. My name is Richmond Amofa Sapon. Stay home. Thank you very much. Hopefully Monday, if we are not allowed to go on the streets again, I know obviously, maybe, this is my own mind though, maybe another 7 days lockdown may add up. But until then, let's pray that Monday the lockdown will be over. Bye-bye.